everybody, welcome to the Bar Zone. And today what we're going to discuss, well, in search of the real Tony Demonte. As you know, online I have an article that says man pleads guilty to ecstasy ring. Well, Tony Demonte, at age 31, was listed there. Have a Tony Demonte that was in connection to the missing person Anthony Catalano case. Now, here's the thing. I've been notified because I was told there was two Tony Demontes, and I was told that there was a fat one and a skinny one. Basically, that's what I was told. I'm not sure the coloring of the second one, the heavier set one, whatever, stocky we'll call it. But anyway, what I wanted to let you know is that I was given information on this last year, which brought me into, well, the investigation of this Tony Demonte, which is the real Tony Demonte, not the one that's on Facebook, which is also the son of the same father. This member is Chicago Outfit from the, I believe, the northwest side Chicago Outfit, which is the Salerno gang in Matasi, and leads to all kinds of directions and routes to go in different directions, and I'll show you those directions in a minute. Hold on, I just want to check to see. Yes, it's running. Just want to make sure. Okay. Okay, there had been some statements that were given to me from this Tony Demonte, and not the one on Facebook. Okay, not the high school friend that's calling that. Very good looking. Blonde, blue eyes. Okay. So therefore, the other one might have brown hair and brown eyes. A little bit, stocky, which is Joe Messino's description. Stocky, short. I just need to know that too. And you guys want to text me here, or not text me, but, well, you're welcome to text me too, but send me your message to confirm a lot of it. Get the myths out of the way. We want to be in search of the real Tony Demonte. Okay, so the statements that seem to leave open for questions were this. It makes it suspicious. Okay, now listen to this. Yes, I have talked to John Fuller of the Chicago Police Department, which is the detective on Anthony Catalano case, and he asked me the same questions, so I need you to help me with this, okay? Tony Demonte said he loved Anthony Catalano, okay? And that he said, well, he's saying that a lot of pills were supplied by Dr. Giacchino, which brings us to the question, well, why didn't he talk to the FBI, or is he trying to do a cover-up of his own? Because remember, we found him online, that he's connected with a ecstasy ring earlier in his life at age 31. Look up Tony Demonte Chicago and you'll come to that article. Okay. Tony Demonte has said that Anthony Catalano was supposed to meet a friend for lunch, but Anthony never showed up. What we want to know is who was that friend. And they said that it was a friend of theirs. Okay, who was that friend of theirs? Okay. I know this. Anthony was to meet a friend for lunch. So we want to know, where was he supposed to meet a friend for lunch at? Maybe that would help. And who was this friend? He had to take care of something. But 30 minutes later, no one can get a hold of him. Tony Demonte said also this. Supposedly, Anthony had 2 IDs from the Secretary of State. So why would that be an issue? Okay, so let me get this straight. So Tony Demonte said that Anthony Catalano, the missing person, had 2 IDs from the Secretary of State. How would he know that the guy's missing? Okay, I wonder about that one. See what the suspicion comes along here? That's why I want answers from his high school friends to come in. barzone@mail.com. If you're embarrassed to write in here, and YouTube, go ahead and text me now. Give me my phone number, we can talk. It's the best I can do. He also texted Tony Demonte. He had said another friend from high school. he had talked to other friends in his past, and there was other high school friends that also mentioned that Tony Demonte, not the one in high school friends in the pic, was a drug dealer. So we had several people that say that. That's why I need more people to come forward, because if he was with him 30 minutes before he disappeared, we might have to go to FBI, you and me. Okay. So, there's another thing that I want to go over. Yes, Dr. Giacchino is a pill doctor. Yes, Dr. Giacchino knew Michael DePhillips Jr. in person. And in fact, found on the crime scene of Michael DePhillips Jr. When he died 2009 at 24. In his condo, part of the crime scene was a book bag full of pills, but of course they weren't prescription pills. So there are connections of friends of the high school of Anthony Catalano that I've talked to during the exact week that when I first met him. This is how Nick Retta got involved. Nick Retta was around Mike Phillips Jr. And it made me to believe that there's a connection between Tony Demonte and the supplier of pills. Yes, I was told by friends, family members of the late Michael DePhillips Jr. that was killed by a golf club and also a knife, meaning two assailants. Well, that he did, in fact, push drugs on Rush Street, which is Molly. Nowadays, people know. Okay, so, so what happened is, there was a mix-up. There was two Anthony Demontes around the same age. It's not important how it came about, because we don't want to get into people's business. We don't want to be rude that way. But I do want to tell you, a description was given to me by Cindy Mintz, M-U-N-T-Z. I always get it wrong. She's a psychic, and this was done October, Halloween, 2009. Michael DePhillips Jr. was still alive. She said the guy, and I was only asking about Anthony Catalano, what was the details, and she said it was a guy, there's three guys in hoodies. The leader was Italian, stocky, short, with brown hair and brown eyes. They were in an old car. We need to know, and I want to verify, is this a description of Tony Demonte? Not the tall, thin one on Facebook, but the opposite one, which was more stocky. So I need clarification. And either way, there's a possibility. It could be Chicago outfit because of the golf clubs. Michael DePhillips Jr. was found dead and hit with a golf club. Nick Retta was seen on the golf course. He was a cousin of Joe Messino, and Joe Messino has the same description. Go figure. Brown hair, brown eyes, short, stock Italian. The leader type. So we need to verify and clarify. And if you know anything, call the FBI. You don't even have to worry about talking to me. So the thing is that it was a book bag full of pills. The point is that the search to find the right Tony Demonte is, did the pills in fact come from Giacchino? Did they both deal with Giacchino? Or did the pills come from the source that we see online when he was busted throughout Schaumburg and Hanover Park and Arlington Heights, that whole Bloomingdale, that whole area, and not Giacchino, but coming from Canada? And they would go if you read the article, it says that they would go to mailboxes and have them delivered from Canada, the pills, and then street sourcing, so leaving Giacchino out of it, because there is no proof, no prescriptions that I know of, and the state knows that Tony Catalano even met or got prescriptions from Dr. Giacchino. See, Joe Bosco, I think he made that up because he gets these one with his enemies, and so he concocts stories online, and it's like sort of half right or half baked or half wrong, somewhere around the vicinity, but not totally right, and then took over the glamour about himself because he was mad at Giacchino. So these things would like to go online, you can see Cindy Munn's psychic. So these things we need to find out in search of the true Tony Demonte. Does he go golfing? I mean, you know, we need to know if there's a drug ring, ecstasy ring around that today as we speak, that Tony Demonte. There's a sister that's Arnie. Well, she might not be involved, but she did go to jail, and she's in the prison system. Doesn't mean she knows anything, but those names are left on my website to work with a criminal investigator to check out all those. Those are all different names, and not one of them are dealing with Dr. Giuttino. So we're looking for all the sources. If they dealt with Giuttino, somebody come forward and tell us. See all those names. That's why they're left on there. I understand that, what do you call it? Homeland Security goes to my website, and I could show you that. One day I'll show you some stats. So, yeah, we need to find out if it's a Chicago outfit base. Maybe that explains the golf outfit. But then they left $5,000 in the drawer. And why would they leave a bag of pills behind? It sounds more like crime of opportunity. It could be two different killers. But I have a feeling there's a bunch of them that know each other. That's why it may be a connected crime. You know, Michael George Jr. crime. And they're both killed in the same year. And Anthony Catalano has been missing since March 25th, 2009. Please let us know here about barzone@mail.com. Let us know what you know about the ecstasy ring, Giuttino, any of the murder, anything you can come up with, and anything about the real Tony Demonte, everything you can tell us. Thank you. This is the Barzone.